Before I begin my homily, since we have no other time to make announcements, thank you all, especially folks from All Saints and Ascension, and Reverend Renee and Deacon Valerie, for being here this evening, and especially to our choir. Also, as we did last night when we were at All Saints and Ascension, if you put any money in the plate in the narthex or any checks, or if you use the flyer that is on the table, I kiss my 3 children goodbye and tell them that I love them. And maybe I would do this anyway because I do love them, but I do so consciously because school shootings are practically an everyday occurrence, and there seems to be little political will to stop them. Just last week, 1 child died and another was injured, both shot by a 3rd child at a regional track meet down the street at the STEAM High School. One of my own children will be attending Central Visual and Performing Arts High School in the city this fall. And my child feels somewhat safer going there because CVPA already suffered a school shooting in 2022 and now has tighter security. How tragic for a child to think that way because of the actions or the inactions of adults. So tonight, I'm giving myself and I'm giving you permission to feel the heaviness and the grief, the pain and the despair that you may be feeling. There's no need on Good Friday to rush to resurrection. It is important whenever anyone dies to allow for time and space to lament and to mourn, and it is too often glossed over or rushed, even in the church. We tend to want a victorious Christ the King, right? The one we celebrated last Sunday. Not Jesus who, like the suffering servant we heard of in Isaiah, was despised, rejected, wounded, and crushed. Throughout Christian history, oppressed people in particular have felt kinship with this Jesus, this suffering servant, especially when he was at his most vulnerable. Here in what is now the United States, many enslaved and formerly enslaved Black people considered the passion and crucifixion of Jesus to be the ultimate proof that God was and is in solidarity with those who suffer. A focus on Jesus' crucifixion does not glorify suffering for its own sake. Rather, Jesus' crucifixion amplifies God's compassion and kinship with us, with humanity, God's agape, God's love with and for us. As we heard on Palm Sunday in the letter to the Philippians, though Jesus Christ was in the form of God, he did not regard equality with God as something to be exploited, but emptied himself, taking the form of a slave, being born in human likeness, and being